This is a successful test of a USB-C Ethernet adapter with a RICOH THETA X. I'm using the Ethernet to send web API commands directly to the camera. The USB-C adapter can power the camera indefinitely. The official RICOH THETA mobile app was not able to work over Ethernet as it required Wi-Fi. To send commands over Ethernet, you'll need to use digest authentication as the security for each command. So I'm using this free tester, Insomnia. You could also use Postman. And on this tool, which makes it a little bit easier, there's something called digest here. You could select different types of authentication. I'm selecting digest authentication. The password is theta. So this is serial number. Also on the sticker on the bottom of the camera, theta YR, and then there's the digits, right? So the password for digest authentication is just the numerical values only of the serial number. This should be 8 numerical digits. Other than the digest authentication, the rest of the command is the same, right? So in this case, I'm getting OSC state. The header is content type application JSON, and then I'll send the request over Ethernet. And I'm getting the proper response. So the IP address you can get from your router or use Discovery. And by default, or if you use an access point mode, it's 192.168.1.1. So that would be the camera hotspot in access point mode. So I have my laptop connected with Ethernet, and the office network is this, right? So this will be different depending on your office network or the network that you're using. Now the screen is off, and let's just make sure that it's in image mode here. So I'll set it to image mode. Now it should be image mode, so I'll take a picture. And the picture was taken. Okay, let's list the files. So it was successful, and we have one file here. So I'll just click on it here. So in this view, the camera it has ability to make itself invisible, but you can see the Ethernet here that is connected to the camera, and that is supplying the network connectivity. Also, it's supplying power. So I'll try to check on the state of the camera, because this is how you get the battery. The camera's been on for a while. It's at 98%. In my experience, it should be able to be charged indefinitely. If you have a charge going into it of over 1 amp, and if it's losing charge, you might have to change the current that's going into it, and also have an inline current meter to check to make sure that it is getting enough power. Most of the USB ports on a laptop will not supply it with enough power, so you may have to get like for example, the MacBook Air, the USB-C charger would be fine. That'll work great. On community.thetaspace.guide, there's a number of code samples for testing with Python and different languages, including how to get the IP address using Discovery. For testing, you can also use DNS-SD from a Mac. There's similar utilities on Linux. And then for your mobile app, you'd have to find some way to use Discovery. There's many of these libraries available to get the IP address of the camera when it's on the same network. There's also extensive examples of using Ethernet with the RICOH THETA cameras. The THETA X is the newest one, and it has the best power input into it, so you can use it indefinitely. Just write a question on community.thetaspace60.guide, and we'll try to help you out.